What's going on, legends? Welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be for those of you out there looking to improve your aim in Warzone, and today we're going to be specifically focused on sensitivity. Now, this is relative to both mouse and keyboard players as well as controller. However, a majority of you guys, just like myself, play on controller, so that's really the background that we're going to be coming from. Now, before we dive into it here, if you guys do enjoy this content at any time or find this video helpful in any way, make sure you show support for the channel by going down below and smashing that like button. Go ahead and throw an easy goal of 50 likes on today's video, as well as if you guys would like to find your way back to the channel for more Call of Duty content, make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button, also that notification bell so we don't miss you in future videos. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into it here, guys. Like I said, today we are going to be focused on sensitivity. Now, the main thing here is that you're going to want to find exactly what makes you the most comfortable, and it's not going to be what works for other people. So I don't recommend going to someone's chat or going to someone's video and looking at what they have their settings at and following it 100%. You're going to want to kind of find your own spot, because that's going to be what works best for you. And sometimes that could be hard to find. So if you look in the settings, you go under horizontal and vertical stick sensitivity. That's our main focus, but we're also going to be talking about ADS sensitivity as well. Now, by default, it's at 4.4, which for me specifically is a little bit slow, as I do play on 10.10. However, I have been playing on about the same sensitivity since Call of Duty 4, so it's been a long time, and I've had a lot of time to kind of dial myself in. Now, the happy medium that you guys want to look for is finding somewhere where your aim is pretty much not like this. You don't want to be all over the place when you're aiming at people. If you're having a hard time staying on target, you are definitely not at the right sensitivity. The cool thing is with having ADS sensitivity, you can actually play with a slightly higher vertical and horizontal, and then when you aim down sight, you can actually change how much that is going to be on its own. So for me, like I said, I like to play on 10.10, so I'll go ahead and swap that back to that. And most players play anywhere between 6 to 10 if they are above average or some of the best players out there. It's a more comfortable spot because obviously you can play at 20 and you just seem like you're zooming all around and you'll be super fast to turn, but it'll be a lot more difficult to stay on target. And in some cases too, recoil control will be a lot more difficult as well. The lower the sensitivity in some aspects, the easier it is to control the recoil. However, it might be harder to turn. It might be harder to, get yourself in a position where you won't lose the gunfights. Now, I like I said, 10.10 because it allows me to turn at a specific speed that I'm most comfortable with, and that's what you guys should be looking to do as well. But also, keep in mind, if you are hip firing people and you can't stay on target, you're probably not at the right sensitivity. The idea is that you can maintain accuracy at all points while basically using the sensitivity that you're running. And then once you dial in your vertical and horizontal, which I do highly recommend you guys start out at about a 6.6, you can then move on to the ADS. Now, the ADS sensitivity for me is going to be at a 0.85. It's going to allow it to be slightly slower than what it is when I'm obviously moving from a hip fire accuracy style or just in general moving left and right. So it's not going to impact me being able to, move around and look around. But then when I go to aim down sight, I'm not going to be wild and all over the place. Basically, if you aim down sight and you're like this, trying to hit people, you're not at the right sensitivity. You got to find something that is most dialed in, so that way when you're actually aiming at targets, you can keep, yourself on target the best you can. And then obviously that's going to make you in general a lot more accurate. Now, a lot of things that people get wrong is that they fail to actually change this setting at all, because 4.4 can be slow. Even for some of you out there, you might want to be able to turn around like this, because some players are demons and you're going to want to be able to turn and burn them. And so sometimes, going up a little bit can help you a lot. Now, the one thing, like I said, I recommend you guys change the most is going to be ADS sensitivity. How much you're going to ship this is going to, again, depend on you and where you find comfortable with your vertical and horizontal. And then using that ADS to basically maximize your accuracy while you're aimed down sight. The main goal here is to be as accurate as possible and feel like you are the most comfortable with the controller in your hand, and basically moving side to side, staying on target. When you're shooting at somebody, can you stay on target? Like I said, the avoiding this, if you're doing one of these numbers, you're all over the place, or you just feel like it's hard to take out enemies in general, you probably need to make some adjustments and find yourself the most comfortable place. And for example here, I'm just hiding on the outskirts of the map in Caldera Clash, and it's allowing me to basically kind of figure this out for myself. You can always change it. You can always move it around, but I do highly recommend once you find the sweet spot for you, you don't spend a lot of time adjusting it, because it's going to impact how well you are going to get comfortable with it. And you, again, want to get as much practice as possible using that sensitivity so that you can overall optimize your accuracy. Now let's go ahead and pop into the settings again here. I do want to point out a couple of things. Dead zone is going to be different for everyone based on how much stick drift you may or may not have. You know, might be time to invest in a new controller. I've had mine a little bit weird as well. And then you do not really want to mess with your aim response curve type unless you've been playing the game for a long time and you are very familiar with your sensitivity. And I highly recommend you guys don't mess with aim assist whatsoever. But that's some tips that I can give you guys to kind of help understand where your sensitivity should be. You should be able to be fairly accurate in your gunfights. And if you're struggling to overall control your recoil, your sensitivity might just be a little bit high, maybe just on the ADS side. But that's going to wrap things up for us here. Thank you guys for all the support in today's video, all the support in the channel, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Peace.